Many years, especially given the high rate of infections locally. Today kicks off TB Awareness Month and aims to educate people on the prevention of airborne germ transmission. In other words, how you catch it. What is also extremely important to know is that should you catch it, it is treatable. Michael Joubert, the chairman of South African Family Health Association, joins us on the program to tell us a little bit more. Welcome, Michael. Good to have you on the program.
Thanks, Dan. Good morning.
TB, it's a very, very big issue here in South Africa. I mean, let's try and paint a picture. When we look at South Africa, how many people are infected with tuberculosis, and particularly picking it up on an annual basis? What do the numbers look like?
Leanne, what I can say is that TB is obviously one of the leading causes of death worldwide, and South Africa is right up there as one of the biggest countries when it comes to the spread of the germ and also the mortality rate.
So, I mean, it's difficult to put a number to it, is that what you're saying? But the reality is it is one of the biggest leading causes of death.
It is.
Yeah, yeah. I know that you've started this campaign. Haybo, Wena, use your elbow. I love that.
Correct.
Really, I mean, obviously, I can imagine. It's like if you're coughing or you're sneezing, just, do that. Do you think it's going to be effective?
Yes. We hope so. There's so many great campaigns already that aims at treating TB, and we realize that the education of South Africans is probably the first step. And this initiative is aimed squarely at encouraging people to cover their mouths, not with their hands, but with their elbows, to prevent the spread of this airborne virus.
How do people best protect themselves from the infection?
For starters, it's when you're coughing is to use your elbow to stop the spread, because when you use your hand, a TB virus can live for almost 24 hours on any surface. And so, because it's an infectious disease, it spreads much easier, whereas the risk of infection and spread is greatly reduced when you use your elbow.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, there's no guarantee if I'm in a taxi and somebody sneezes or coughs, there's no guarantee they're necessarily going to be using their elbow or stopping that spread. But me as a fellow commuter, how can I prevent myself from getting this illness?
Well, the drastic remedy obviously is to wear a mouth guard or a nose guard of some kind, but not everybody can do that. So for the most part, it's just covering your nose and not inhaling when someone sneezes and coughs. Yeah. And also, hygiene, washing your hands when you get home, washing your face when you get home.
Yeah, just keeping yourself clean. What are the symptoms you should look out for?
Keeping yourself clean.
What are the symptoms that one should look out for?
Coughing is always a good start. We have great clinics around South Africa that allows for the checkup to see if the TB virus is present. Coughing is normally a very good first sign, and if you're not sure, rather just have it checked out.
Yeah, I mean, we see in this video that we played going into the interview, we see that there are a lot of older people that are in this particular video. Who are we aiming this at? I mean, is it a thing where you're trying to attract the youth, or is it talking to everybody in the population?
It's talking to everybody in the population. TB is indiscriminate. It affects all people. We have found, though, that in South Africa, the Gogos, as matriarchal figures, tend to have a little bit more clout when it comes to educating and giving orders. Yeah. And so we thought they would be a great group of people to help us spread that message. Yeah,
and we're watching them right now doing their thing, and I do hope people are watching and respecting what they see. So the name of this TB awareness campaign, Haybo, use your elbow. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, just put it up there, sneeze into it, cough into it.
Put it up there.
You can save somebody else a life. Michael Joubert, thank you for joining us, Chairman of the South African Family Health Association, talking to us about the start of TB Awareness Month and the Haybo Wena, Use Your Elbow TB campaign. So there it is on screen. Let's take a break. We'll see you after this with the news at 7.